All right, so on Monday, Tuesday, we spent some time graphing right and left and up and down translations. Today, we're going to focus on adding in reflections, stretches, and compressions. And just like with the absolute value, when we have a negative, we're going to be reflected over the x-axis. When our value in front of x squared is greater than 1, it's going to stretch our graph. And when our value is a fraction or a decimal or between 0 and 1, we're going to see that it's compressed or flattened. Having a reflection adds in a couple things that we didn't have on Monday, Tuesday during the work. We talked a lot on Monday and Tuesday about the minimum value of y. Notice now when I flip my parabola over, instead of having a minimum value of y, I now have a maximum value. So I want you guys to take a moment and maybe pause this. Make sure you note what reflections and stretches look like. Just to give you an idea on the one that has stretched by 2. If we talk about our regular over-up pattern, so we started this on Monday, Tuesday, my regular over-up pattern was like this. No matter what I do, whether I stretch or compress, my over is always going to be 1. But when I stretch, I'm going to have a new up pattern. So in this case, if I was going to graph my regular over-up pattern, I went over 1, over 1, up 3 on both sides. Over 1, up 1, over 1, up 3. And so you can see that our stretch graph is a little more normal than our graph that wasn't stretched. Now what's the new pattern when I'm stretching by 2? So my A equals 2. Well, it's going to be 2 times my up pattern. So instead of going up 1, I'm going to go up 2 times 1. So my new up is 2. Instead of going up 3, I'm going to go up 2 times 3, which is 6. And instead of going up 5, I'm going to go up 2 times 5, which is 10. We don't have a lot of room on this graph, but we can see the first one. Over 1, up 2. Over 1, up 2. That shows my stretch on this graph. All right. So, taking a look at a couple of functions. These are the same functions we started with on Monday, Tuesday, except for I added a stretch of 2 in front of this one, and I added a reflection in front of this one. So, get a different color. I'm going to graph my first one in red and my second one just in pencil. So this up 4 still says I move my vertex up 4. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my new vertex. And now I want to look at my over-up pattern. Remember, we just talked about this one. I'm not going to have a lot of room on this graph from where it's at. So my new up pattern is going to be 2 all times my regular. So I'm going to go over 1 up 2, over 1 up 6, over 1 up 10. So from here, over 1 up 2 on both sides. I don't have room for 6, but it would be right up here. And then fill in my points. All right. Reflection, I'm not going to change my over-up pattern, except for instead of going up, I'm going to go down. So this still says I have my vertex just moved right 5. So here's my new vertex. And now I'm going to go over 1, down 1, over 1, down 3, over 1, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and fill in my graph that's reflected. Go ahead and pause if you need to get in your graphs for these or any notes you want to add. We have a couple more to look at. I'm going to do this one with you, showing a compression. So this is the same graph as the one on the previous page, except for stretching by 2, I'm now compressing by 1/2. So I still am going to have a vertex at up 4. And we want to look at my over up pattern and my new up. So instead of over 1, up 1, I'm going to go over 1, up 1/2. Over 1, instead of up 3, 1/2 times 3 is 3/2. Instead of over 1, up 5, I'm going to take 5 times 1/2, up 5/2. This one is a little harder to show. So I'm going to go over 1, up 1/2. Over 1, up 3/2. So here's 1/2, 2/2, 3/2. So over 1, up 1/2, 2/2, 3/2. And then over 1, up 5/2. 1/2, 2/2, 3/2, 4/2, 5/2. And they are reflected on both sides. All right. So what's my new domain? My new domain, or my domain, is still always what? It's always all real numbers. It doesn't matter what happened to my parabola. My range, my minimum value for y is 4, so my range is y is greater than or equal to 4. Make sure you get all your information in. What I like about the videos is you're able to just pause. And that is kind of helpful. All right. This next one, I want you guys to try on your own. So you're going to want to pause this video. And then when you come back, I'm going to do it. So I'm not pausing my video. You're just going to pause yours. All right, I really hope you guys took the opportunity to try this. This graph moved right 5. And notice we're reflected and stretched by 3. So how are we going to graph that? So we're going to have our over and our up pattern and our new up, which is actually going to end up being down. So our new up is we're going to multiply everything times -3. So instead of going over 1, up 1, I'm going to go over 1, and -3 times 1 is going to be -3. Over 1, up 3. 3 times -3 is -9. And 3 times -3 times 5 is -15. So over 1, down 1, 2, 3 on both sides. I don't think I have room for 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 would be way down here. and then you're just going to fill it in. So you just want to put as many points as you have that's available on your grid. So you should have known domain never changes. Negative infinity is less than x, which is less than infinity. And my range, this time my y is not a minimum value. My y is the greatest value. And my y value is 0. So this case, my range is y is less than or equal to 0. Right. I think that is it for now. This should also be in Schoology, just a few problems. Make sure number 8 is even, so you can't check your answers, but I think I did include it in the pictures for attached to your Schoology assignment. Make sure you use graph paper for graphs. It's only 4 problems, and I'll see you on Thursday, Friday.